So here we have the Chianti Classico 2010. What can you tell us about the vintage?
So the 2010 is a blend of Sangiovese, Cabernet and some Merlot. And this vintage was quite good at the beginning, and then in August, end of August, was not so nice because it rained enough. And so we had not a big quantity of grapes, because we left a lot on the plant. The grapes we didn't like. Then we had also the nice deers that they ate a lot of grapes. So we can say that 2010, not a big vintage for quantity, but for sure for quality it's very good, because there are many, a nice bouquet of this wine. It's very profumato, I don't know how to say it.
Perfumed.
Okay. Perfumed. And we are very happy of the result of this vintage.
Next, the San Marco 2008.
So this is a blend of Cabernet Sauvignon, Merlot and Sangiovese. And the first year of this wine was the 1980. It was an experiment here in Chianti because nobody had Cabernet Sauvignon. So my father, he decided to plant some of Cabernet, coming back from a journey in France, where he was astonished about the French Cabernet. So he started to put some Cabernet in here, and now this is the result. After so many years, we think that it's quite a very interesting wine, typical also of this area, even if mostly is made with Cabernet Sauvignon. And this vintage, the 2008, was a very hot vintage. And so we had a very high concentration of the wine, and so not a big quantity, but a very deep and strong quality. This wine remained in wood for 16 months, and then we put in the bottle. And now our new idea is to leave the wine more in bottle than in wood, because we prefer that it age in the glass, so that we don't have too much wood taste in the wine. We think that it's more delicate to age in glass.
And you've changed also some of the barrels to the larger oak barrels.
Yes, before we used barrique, and now we are starting now also since 2008 vintage to use a tonneau, so of 500 liters. And we realized that it's much more interesting, because the fashion here was to have more wooden taste. But now we, working with biodynamic, we prefer that the perfume and the taste of a fruit comes out from our wines.
And finally, the Castello 2008.
So this wine is a blend of Cabernet Sauvignon mostly and some Petit Verdot. This wine, it comes, first of all, the name of the wine is because my father's name was Alceo, and he had the idea to plant this vineyard in this special field where there were no vineyards before, because we used to keep horses there. So he decided for the exposure, because it's all southeast. He decided to have a new vineyards. He had all his children. We were completely against of this decision, but he didn't mind. He started to work in the field, and when he was planting the first part of these 6 hectares, he died. We continues, and that's the reason why this name has the name of my father, because our winemaker, Giacomo Takis, that he was very friend with my father, he decided when this wine came out of in the market to call this wine Alceo. And this wine comes from, the vineyards are very, how you say, high density, because there are 10,000 plants per hectare, so exactly like French wines, French vineyards, and the exposure is perfect because really it's all southeast, and the vineyards are very low to keep all the energy from the soil. Very low yields because 300 grams each plant. We try no more. And then this vineyard is completely handmade because we try not to put tractors inside into the vineyards for the different works.